then I looked at the shooting locations. And according to the internet, they shot A Bronx Tale in Queens. It bothered me a little bit. You know, I'm in this business. I'm a big boy. I know that, you know, they try to make Toronto look like Los Angeles or whatever. Sometimes they don't try, like Jackie Chan's movie Rumble in the Bronx. Remember that? And they just usually when they're trying to make a city look like another city, they'll just use stock footage of a real city, and then wherever they're actually to put in, and then when they're actually shooting the movie, they stay in close, so hopefully you don't notice. Not Rumble in the Bronx. They're like, no, man, we're gonna show you the skyline and just tell you this is the Bronx. I mean, Drake was walking by in the background. When I plan my attack, I doubt that you're ready. Everybody knew. It's like we're in Toronto. Sorry, I'm in a fucking silly mood. What do you want from me?
Did I tell you guys, my wife bought me one of those little rubber, looks like a tennis ball, and you fill it up with water. It makes those round ice cubes, like that guy from that movie where the black guys robbed the bank. And Terrence Howard. The fuck was the name of that movie? Not Clockers. Dead Presidents. That was a great fucking movie, wasn't it? That was a really good movie. Was that the Hughes brothers? You know what kills me? That movie seemed like it came out 6 years ago to me. And now when I'm thinking about that, was that 20 years ago? Or 20 years ago tomorrow? Not tomorrow. Next year? Yeah, 96. No, 95. 95, I moved down to New York City, and I remember that Halloween, everyone was going out as the people from that movie putting the white shit on their face. You know what I mean? Black people were, not white people. Actually, when you look about black people, were actually going out in whiteface.
Oh, I did watch the end of a great movie last night that I had never seen. That my wife was telling me how much she loved the movie. It was To Die For, starring Nicole Kidman and Joaquin Phoenix. It was loosely based on the Pamela Smart case, where she was a 22-year-old banging a 15-year-old, and she convinced him to kill her 24-year-old husband.
Suzanne, did you get those kids to kill your husband?
Because she didn't want to get divorced and lose some money, and then she also had life insurance on him. One of the more fucked up stories I remember growing up. There was a lot of fucked up cases. There was the other one where the white guy tried to blame the black guy. U50, that one. The fuck was his name? Jumped off the Mystic Tobin Bridge. And they arrested like every black guy in the fucking city or harassed him or whatever. And then it turned out that it was the white dude and he killed his wife. Spoiler alert. What the fuck was that one called? I can't remember that one either. But anyways, we watched that movie and it was done. Just the way it was shot, the whole thing was fucking amazing. Dude, Joaquin Phoenix is just... That guy's always been a great actor. He was already a great actor, and he was like a teenager when he did that one. Obviously, he's playing a teen. And Nicole Kidman, I think that was like some of the best work I saw her do. And I didn't remember when that movie came out. I think it came out like 95 when I looked it up, and that's just when right as I moved down to New York. So I was so focused on getting stand-up gigs and not going broke so I could actually pay my rent, that I missed out on a lot of shit.
Well, I believe in God. And the only thing that scares me is Kaiser Soze.
I want a movie suggestion from you guys. Give me something underground. Give me something. I had like massive fucking ADD in the 90s. Do you know I saw The Usual Suspects, and somewhere in that movie I daydreamed and just sort of checked out for a good 20 minutes. And in the end of the movie, when I'm not going to spoil it here, whatever the big reveal was, the butler did it, or the end of the mystery, like as the whole crowd in the movie theater was like, oh my God, oh, and I was just sitting there like, what happened? I wasn't listening. I just kind of zoned out. I zoned out after the police lineup.
Hand me the keys, you cocksucker.
In English, please.
Yeah, when Benicio del Toro's like, get all you motherfuckers. When he did that, I thought that was hilarious.
In English.
Hand me the fucking keys, you cocksucker. What the fuck?
Number 4, step forward.
I don't know. I think I just started thinking about my own life and will I ever get to do a movie? Can you imagine being in a movie? Look how good these guys, how do you get as good at acting as these guys? Guys, I just started thinking about that shit. I started thinking about what if I, what if I had gone to a different high school and I majored in drama or I just started thinking all of this shit. And then all of a sudden it was just the end of the movie. That used to happen to me all the fucking time. I would go to see movies and, just halfway through, I would just start thinking of shit, and I couldn't even focus on them. So I should probably go back and watch The Usual Suspects. Maybe I'll watch that this week. That'll be good. I like the Criterion Channel. That's how far we are. Like, my wife likes Real Housewives. I'm like, because Criterion Channel, they'll always like the best fucking movies that I've never seen. They'll have like a theme. And then this month, because it's Halloween, I fucking hate horror movies.
Oh, we love them.
They scare the shit out of me. Okay, well, go on the Criterion Channel.
Right.
But we watched one the other night that had, it was Lily Taylor and Christopher Walken was in it. It was called Addiction. It was this vampire movie. It wasn't really scary as much as it was weird, but it was just cool. Because it was kind of shot right when I came to New York. And they were right on West 3rd Street at one point, right in front of Ben's Pizza. And, I don't know. They have like all of these. They got ones from like I'm sure it's like porn. Where you start with something light and then you just go down. Like with horror movies, you start with America and then all fucking it all leads to Asia. AMC's doing it right. A 3-day event. Oh my God, Casino's on now. Oh, I'm sorry though. This is the beginning of Goodfellas. Let's keep talking about Casino. Which, by the way, once a year, I have to watch that masterpiece. And then that thing, the way I'd never seen anybody ask Martin Scorsese, why did he light those scenes the way he did? It was almost like Close Encounters when they would try to make it seem like a spaceship was landing. He had like this light from up top. I was sitting there going, this is such a specific choice because he doesn't do it in any other movie. So is this like God's looking down at them, seeing what they're doing? I have no idea, but I feel like it has to do with like, morality, death, the afterlife, heaven and hell, something like that. I'm gonna go with that big, broad brush, not to trash the ladies again.
I heard it in that movie Casino, that when they kept going, our friends in Kansas City, they were actually talking about the Chicago mob, but they didn't want to have any problems. So like, what'd you say there in Kansas City?
Really? I don't want to make.
It's true. I got a tip. I got an anonymous tip.
Oh my God, Robert De Niro's suits in this movie. Robert De Niro's suits in Casino. Oh my God, and the suits that De Niro has. If I had a tailor, I would be like, there's that blue one that he made, the blue and gray suit that he has. Whatever that suit is, it's incredible. They're incredible suits. And that Cadillac that he has, that early 80s Eldorado, I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that. And his Eldorados. You're like Robert De Niro in Casino right now. You're letting Sharon Stone back in. Not Sharon Stone, her character, before anybody starts any shit here. I couldn't get out of it. Like De Niro in Casino. He just couldn't break up with Sharon Stone's character. I'll tell you, one of the hardest movies to watch is Casino. And watching De Niro keep taking, there's not a lot of movies like that. Where there's like a guy, he's just with some chick for whatever reason. He loves her. He feels she's out of his league. He doesn't have any self-esteem and just stays there. I mean, you're not honest with yourself as a man if you don't watch Casino and don't see a little bit of yourself in Robert De Niro. We've all been that guy. I'm not literally she cheats on you with some James Wood degenerate. I don't mean that, but we've all, you've been weak. You've made concessions. You look the other way, and it took you years to get out of something, and then you just look back on it going I knew from the first thing, but everybody's got to have that Sharon Stone relationship before you get married.
If she hadn't done Basic Instinct and all those people got upset because she showed her hoo-ha, which, I mean, nowadays I think would be considered brave, everything. She was unbelievable in that movie. That movie, I have to admit, I haven't watched. I always love Robert De Niro and Sharon Stone's, that whole story, that back and forth of that toxic relationship, and this guy just loving this woman that's no good for him, and she hates him, but she's pick these choices where she needs his money and she comes crawling back to him. And they both know it's bullshit. I mean, it's written so perfect. The way they do is amazing.
And I got to tell you, I don't want to start the bullshit, but the fact that Sharon Stone didn't win an Oscar for that performance, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, you tell me what was better that year. 1996, I think, was Sharon Stone. Sharon Stone, who got fucked out of an Oscar, should have won one in Casino. I don't know who won that year, but the fact that she didn't win, it was ridiculous. I still think, I don't know. Because she showed her little hoo-ha there. In the previous movie, I think she got punished. That's the only reason why I can see why she didn't win the Oscar for that. Anyway, plowing ahead. So I watched that movie.
There was an article going around by a critic who called Scorsese's films inconsistent and self-indulgent. This is what happens if you hang around too long. All of a sudden. Twitter was in an uproar, of course. Few seemed to agree with the man who wrote it, but it didn't seem to stop people attacking Scorsese with proxy arguments like he's a sexist filmmaker.
But again, I
think that's a generational
Casino.
thing. I think that's how he was.
And it probably is. It probably 100% is. But I love Casino. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. And I love Sharon Stone in that film because I found her to be complicated and layered and like...
Sharon Stone should have got an Oscar for that, I thought.
Didn't she?
No, it's because everybody was up in arms because she showed a hoo-ha and bend me over the couch, whatever that fucking movie was called.
Basic Instinct, bend me over the couch.
Yeah.
That's classic Bill Burr.
But the thing I can't handle is when Pesci's character sees his brother getting beat to death, and I can't watch that. There's something about that scene was just so like. Probably the way it went down, it was too real.
Did I ever tell you guys how I don't like that movie Casino? It's just too violent. It's just too violent. I love all the other stuff in it, but that shit where the guy's eye gets popped out, or where they making Pesci watch them beat his brother to death with the bat, and they're like burying him while he's still half conscious. It's just too much. It rubbed me the wrong way. Those fake deaths I couldn't handle.
I mean, the whole thing is like that movie Casino, which I absolutely love, but the level of violence in that movie, I mean, I feel like now you've added like when they got that guy's head in the vice.
And before that, I watched Casino, another movie I was wrong about. I just felt it was too, like the vice, the head in the vice, and the Nicky getting beaten to death and buried alive with his brother. That was just too much for me. Seeing the eye pop out and shit, it was too much, but I didn't realize, I went back and watched it. That's another one I would watch again.
Casino.
Yes.
The cornfield scene, I've only watched that movie, like, I shut it off when it gets to that.
Dude, when he goes...
He's still breathing and he's crying
breathing.
like he had it all, and then we fucked it up. I mean, the amount of people you can apply that to.
And then Joe Pesci is in both, what's his face, Casino and Goodfellas.
You got to pound that shit thin. What movie? Come on. Oh, come on.
Is that Goodfellas?
No, Casino, when he's going to the car to get a job with the showgirl.
Oh, is that where he's supposed to? Oh.
The car. He goes, scoot over, honey.
Dude, my favorite thing was when he's just getting rid of Sharon Stone and she's screaming and yelling. And he's just going, all right, okay.
Okay.
All right, be careful.
She's like, I'm not afraid to go to the police. I'm not afraid. He goes, all right. Okay.
All right, let's see you later. He's like, I really fucked up this time.
All right, quiz me. Quiz me on 5 movies, then I got to end the podcast.
Name at least 5 actors in the movie Casino.
5 actors in the movie Casino.
Yeah,
all right.
This should be easy.
It should be easy, but I'm not good with names. All right, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci.
Yep.
Frank Vincent.
Mm-hmm.
Sharon Stone.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy went to MIT.
What?
Yeah, I know about his personal life. He had an insane mullet. James Brolin.
You got James right.
Oh, is that his name? James Vanderbeek?
James Vanderbeek.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a picture.
I know. Of what?
Deer.
In the...
Woods.
There you
James
go.
Woods. Oh, James Woods. That's right. I knew him. All right. This is just getting boring to you.